Hello, everyone, and happy Thursday to you all. I hope everyone is doing well. My dog in the background. Um, I hope everyone has had a great week so far. And let's see, Arizona is beautiful as always. It was about 90 to 100 degrees this week, so I've been liking that a lot. And oh, there's Tina. Let's bring her on. Let's see. Is it adding you? And hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Ooh, I love the pink.
I thought something a little different.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. And how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
It looks like
What?
it looks like you're not wearing anything because it cuts off. I'm just saying. That's funny. There you go. I can see you wearing something now, but like that line is right there.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
Wait, is that how everybody sees it?
I'm not for sure. Maybe. Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Maybe I should stand up like this. I'll do it like
There
this.
you go.
So now people can see.
When you go to rewatch this or whatever, you can see it's just like whoop. Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Right?
Oh, shoot.
How
I don't
you
need to
doing?
look like I don't need to look like I have no clothes.
Right.
Oh,
Funny.
shoot. You're like, what kind of show is this? What
Right?
kind of live is this?
All of a sudden you get like a million hits.
Oh, shoot. Oh,
Struck it
snap.
rich. Yeah.
Uh,
Anyway, hey, so how's everything going? Everything going good?
Yeah, actually, it's been really nice over here. It's been like 90s and 100 degrees.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Oh, we have
today.
a little cold front here. It's kind of like in the lower 60s.
Ooh,
It's pretty nice.
I'm
though.
good.
It's my kind of weather. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, not mine. I'd rather have this.
Right.
So I want to start off with a little just relaxation. So I'm gonna turn my other lights on real quick, and then kind of just relax. So hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna turn my lights off too.
I'm gonna do it this way. Oh, that's too dark. Okay.
There.
So 3 deep breaths in. Oh, Jesus, I gotta sit like this. 3 deep breaths in, 5 seconds in.
Are you gonna put your music on?
5 seconds out. Yeah. So now I got, and then the guy that I'm using on here is Healing Vibrations. I love him. He does the sound bath. It's freaking amazing. So here, I'm gonna start playing that. Let me know if you hear it in the background.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure that the volume is good.
Let me turn my volume up.
Can you hear that? My headphones are on, so that's probably why you can't hear it. Can you hear it?
I can't. No.
Okay, hang on. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
You can hear it? Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, this might work like this then. Awesome. Okay. Is it too loud?
No, it's not too loud.
Okay. I was going to say, okay, so 3 deep breaths in. It's going to be 5 seconds each. Okay? And then on the way out, we release anything that no longer serves us. Okay?
I got a lot today.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, breathe in. 5, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again. focus on your breath. Take a deep breath in again. Relax, close your eyes for a second and just focus on your breath. Okay? I'm going to just clear the energy a little bit.
Hope everybody will join me.
Okay, open your eyes. And breathe.
I really liked that music. That was,
Isn't that nice?
yeah, that was nice. That was very relaxing to me. Just saying.
It's nice. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I do too. Very nice.
Is there something in particular you want to talk about, or do you want to do the cards?
I kind of want to talk about something real quick.
Okay, let's do it.
Touch base on it. I was talking to a friend of mine today, Jen, you know her, and she had mentioned something, and it really stuck with me today, and I thought, I'll be damned. You know,
Okay.
A lot of times I think we're under stress and we don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's like, you know, something she pinpointed out to me, and you know, I don't even realize it, but you know, I got, you know, I'm getting my taxes ready to be done, and I hate doing them. So that stress is building up, not even realizing it, but that is a stress. The situation with the dog, everybody, there was a dog that got hit by a car right in front of me. It was, so with that is like, even though I was really calm in that situation, there was a stress in me, you know, kind of, that I didn't realize. And then the tax thing, and then, you know, when I'm grooming, sometimes, you know, the dogs kind of, you know, they can be hard to groom sometimes, and I don't realize, you know, even though I got the patience for it, that's still like stress on the body. There's, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, so Jen had mentioned that to me, and I thought, whoa, she's right. So doing these kind of meditations in which, you're doing and clearing the way, that is very important on an everyday basis, because we honestly don't realize everything. It could be a disagreement with somebody, that stress stays in you, for a little bit. I mean, even though, like last night, I'll do an example. I really did everything in my power to get that, to deal with those emotions I was feeling yesterday about the dog. I mean, I took a hot bath. I really soaked, and I prayed, and I was staying in my, my thing. I was picturing the whole thing over and over in my head, and I'm just like sitting there, and I'm just like, okay, 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 until I got good with it. I went to bed. I woke up, and the first thing I thought of was the dog. So I texted the lady, and the dog didn't make it, but that was emotional stress. Yeah, so yeah, I gotta say that doing Reiki or this meditative stuff, or were you doing Reiki just now? That stuff works. That music, wow. I wish I had that last night. And I'm telling you, this is very, very important, because we really don't realize how much stress that we can go through our everyday life and be, as calm as can be, but there's still, we have that. And I didn't realize that until today.
Well, you know how I always say, like, what do I say? Like the heart creates like the frequency, which is 5,000 times more than the brain or anything else, right? And so we the same frequency, we put frequency out and we take it in as well too. So we have to be aware of our environment, because we do pick it up, and without even us necessarily realizing it. If you're in a stressful situation, just like yesterday, right? Yeah, you responded in a calm manner, but that's still going to carry, and you still have to be aware and clear out your energetic field every single day. I suggest it to people to clear it out, because we pick up so much different energy throughout the day. It could be from a workplace, it could be from, like, I don't know, going to the gym, going to the grocery store, going, like, for you, grooming the dogs, from beer every morning around 5 minutes since my first surgery about a week ago, and I hate this.
Oh, hi,
What is this?
Jan.
Through me. Oh, I'm so sorry that you are going through that. I will do a little healing meditation for you tonight.
Well, that would be nice. Yeah, Jan's
Yeah.
wonderful. Hi, Katja. There's a couple of them on here today. But yeah,
Yeah,
really...
but we have to clear our energetic field, and there's so many different ways. I always tell people, give Reiki a try. It is powerful. But you can also go, you can meditate in a different way. You can, like, you could sit down, put some relaxing music on, not like a sound bath or anything along those lines, and just, breathe. Take 3 deep breaths in and just clear it out. And every single time those thoughts come up, you got to start clearing your mind. So what you do is stop, not right now, right? And you tell those thoughts to stop. And when you say that, you may at first say it. So for example, if you're trying to just relax and meditate and take it in, you first have to acknowledge those feelings, those thoughts, or whatever is going on, right? You give it a meaning, because when you don't, then it's going to catch up to you eventually. So you have to take a second and allow those in, and then you have to move past them, right? When you're ready to clear them out, you have to set the intention. I let it go, right? You clear those thoughts. No more. Stop. You could tell yourself at first 1,000 times to stop every single time those thoughts come. Like, for example, with you, they're going to come to you, right? And when they do, what I want you to do is try this. Just say, stop. Not right now. I'm busy. Okay? When you're not, and then when you sit down with yourself, like when you, at the end of the day, like, for example, if you're going throughout your day, you're going to probably have those of the dog coming through, right? So at the end of the day, I want you to acknowledge those feelings and give it a name and let it go and breathe it out. Just play something in the background as you're in doing your bath or whatever you're doing, and just release it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to release it. You have to clear
You
your
gotta
energy.
feel it.
There's different ways to do it. You can even do it like this, like clear away anything that is no longer serving me. You can do it that way. You can do with sage, burn a little bit of sage or Palo Santo and set the intention with it. But we
Those
have to clear
are-
our energy from other things.
Yeah.
It's important to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Where like I did, I mean, I didn't even know this dog. But that, I guess you call it stress. I'm not for sure what this is. It was an emotional thing, but man, I like even crying, let yourself cry, release it from crying. And I'm all about crying. I can tell you that right now. Really about crying and even sleeping it off, you know. Never do I numb it. Never do I numb any kind of emotional pain or anything like that. But, you know, sitting with it. But wow, but the passion, the compassion I felt for that dog, and for the lady, I'm just, you know, beside myself. But yeah, I was really aware of stresses today when I was talking. You know, it's like, oh my God, yeah. I mean, I'm a little bit wired here. I'm like, you know, I got to meet up with the tax lady tomorrow. I still got 4 or 5 months to log in, and I'm just like, what? And I'm not even realizing any of this. How many of you don't realize what, I mean, think of things that are like on a deadline, something, you know, an argument you had, anything like that. You don't even know that you're under stress. That's the thing.
Yeah,
right?
and that's why it's important to do it every single day. When you get home and you're done away with all that, you have to clear your energy. I suggest it to everyone. Another thing is, if you're in the moment and you're feeling stressed out, do this. Try this. Go like this to yourself.
Oh, I'll be hugging on myself.
No, just trust me.
Okay.
Like when you do this is a natural human thing for people. When you feel it like this, it's like somebody, you know, when you're a baby and somebody caresses you.
Oh yeah.
It's a comfort for people. So all of a sudden it relaxes you.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, this is nice. Everybody try it. It is nice. And like sit with it. Like, what are you feeling?
Exactly.
Rub it. You know.
And it may sound cheesy, but it's literally like one of the easiest things. If you feel stressed in the moment and you know, you either let go of you know what I mean, let go of that stress, clear yourself out that way. But first you have to allow yourself to acknowledge it. So like you going throughout your day, you're not going to necessarily be able to acknowledge it as you're going from one place to another, right? But it's because and yeah, just like, yeah, the adrenaline surges and then, yeah, exactly. What was I telling you yesterday? It was the flight or, you know, in flight mode, flight and survival mode, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it hits you once you stop being in that survival mode. That's what it is. That's why it didn't get you in the moment and you were calm. Because your adrenaline was going and all of a sudden you stop and you're like, oh shit, that was intense.
Yeah, hit you right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, be gentle with yourself, everybody, and just be aware of those feelings on the inside and really, you know, embrace them and you know, tackle each one at a time to release them. And yeah, anything helps. Like I said, I took a nice hot bath last night. You know, I went to bed early. Yeah, and I was just sitting with it, did my little thing, and I'm just saying. Yeah. So
That was, I mean, yeah, that was not, I mean, I'm glad that you responded to it, that you were there to respond because you're an amazing person to respond to something like that. You're very caring and loving and you're going to do everything in your power to, you know what I mean, to help the animal. But at the same time, I'm sorry that happened to you because that's intense.
yeah.
And for me, puppies and babies are my weakness. So you made me cry yesterday.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's
I was
okay.
just like, oh my God. Yeah, that was something else.
And I felt once I felt like the bone. Oh,
Right.
mhm.
Mm.
That was yeah, that was intense. I cleared my damn energy out of it like yesterday and this morning. I was like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah.
Crazy. But so now what? Do you have anything that you want to talk about before we start pulling cards?
So, well, like one of the videos I did, or well, the video I did today, right? A lot of people are like conventional success. I want to talk about that a little more in detail.
Ooh, that sounds very interesting.
So, what is conventional success, right?
Right?
Well, okay, so a lot of people, so for example, you have, this is why I tell people, be careful who you have, because you hear people all the time, oh, it's family or it's friends, that's just the way they are, that's just this or that. And then the same people that tell you, usually some of the same people, not all, some of the same people that tell you, I want you to be your authentic self. I want you to, go after what you want. It's the same ones that have for you conventional like success expectations out of you. What I call conventional success is, so for example, the more authentic you become and the more successful you become and you step into your true power, then all of a sudden either they start rejecting you, they don't agree with you, they did this, or they feel some type of way about it. So that's why I call conventional success. So for example, they want you to be in a conventional, successful, unfulfilling romantic partnership, or a conventional, successful like career path, or an unconventional, successful emotional state of mind. You bottle up everything inside. You don't release anything. You do what you're told. You live by society's rules. That's the way of life. BS, right? That's conventional success to me. So in other words, because you setting a limit to it, right? Because if you were to be your true self, they don't accept you anymore. Well, this is the thing. A lot of people have a hard time to let go of those people. But the ones that truly have your best intentions at heart will never limit you, will never all of a sudden reject you or not do that. They will support you and they will see your growth. So let go of anyone who is not there for your highest good. Doesn't matter if it's family, it doesn't matter if it's friends, it doesn't matter if it's your partner, whoever the hell it is. And the people that are there for you, freaking appreciate them. Because, well, think about it. Like everybody has had it at one point as you step into your true self, right? The more we do it, has anyone not had people where they've fallen out because of that reason? Any of those that I mentioned, those are just a couple of things.
I mean, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm trying to remember what you just said about so conventional is it's kind of how society wants you to be.
Exactly. How they set. So conventional success is what I mean by conventionally successful, or I mean conventionally successful, unfulfilling relationship or career or whatever. It's by society's rules, you're supposed to be in a partnership where you're going to be miserable.
Okay.
It's not fulfilling, but that's what the expectation is. You go to a job that you're not fulfilled in, but that's considered successful because you made it to maybe be an engineer, and all of a sudden it's you're making a good amount of money, but you're unhappy as heck because you became an engineer for somebody else, not for yourself.
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
I mean by conventional. So conventional is by society's rules, you're supposed to be miserable at your job, right? It's okay to be if you're not happy, and you just deal with it. You go by, that's the way of life. If you're in a partnership and all of a sudden you guys don't align and things like that, well, it's supposed to be. You're supposed to not, like your spouse. How many things like that you freaking hear throughout the years, It's just sad to see it.
I'm just saying that is, I'm very unconventional then.
Well, yeah, me too. But I'm just
Very
saying,
unconventional.
but a lot of people, and I can guarantee you, you've had people in your life that set condition, like conventional success on you, like the
Oh, for
projection.
sure. Yeah. Now I see what you're saying.
Yes.
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 Trapped.
And
They're
that's
trapped
exactly
in it. Yeah. But yet they're successful because they're making their money. They've got a house. They got, all these kind of things, but they're trapped. And are they really happy?
Yep. And then, but when
No.
you start being yourself, though, all of a sudden they feel some type of way. And again, these are most of the time, a lot of times, the more you step into yourself, the more people fall out of your life. Because then you start seeing who's actually there, who actually means it, and who doesn't. And that's where you have to become aware. You can't always take everybody with you, and you have to be okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's
what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's something to be aware of too. Where are you living? Conventionally or free?
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My God. Good one.
Just saying.
Are we pulling cards today?
Yes, ma'am. Of course we are.
Okay. You first?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Oh, geez, I mixed them all. I was like talking to you now.
That's okay, right?
Okay.
No, I might just mix all mine as well.
Let's shuffle. Oh my gosh, I got like a ton.
Ooh, that's God. That one.
Okay. That's it. What's different about me now than then? Oh, that's easy to answer for me.
Are your cards, are you supposed to answer or do a question here and then the black card is the...
I don't have black cards. They're just separated into two sections. They're just cards for questions. They're just questions.
Okay.
What's different about me now than then? Okay, let me be what's different about me now than versus 5 years ago?
Okay.
You want to go first or you want me to go first?
Oh, you can go first.
Oh, jeez. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Shoot, what's different? Well, I am a lot more in tune with myself. I'm a lot more like I let I put myself on public display, so to speak, something that I was afraid to kind of put out. And I dimmed my own light, and I stopped doing that.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I am a lot more happier and at peace.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was the question again?
And also, I say I have grown a lot. I have grown a lot over the last 5 years. A lot.
Yeah.
Which is a beautiful thing. Hasn't been easy, but it's been good.
Like grown a lot in what aspect?
So like more in tune with like my spirituality, because so I ran away from it a lot, right? And like I was so afraid to let anybody know, like, like for example, like meditations or Reiki, because there was like, oh, what would people think? Or like the fact that like when you told me with the dog, for example, that I heard the bone crunch, I felt my spine like it was collapsing in my legs, and I felt like something bursted in my stomach, like in the dog. It was just weird. I saw it, I felt it, I heard it, and it was intense. And I've always had those, but I kept running away from them. And for me to put it on display, it was something like, oh, people are going to look at me like I'm weird. People are going to look at me like, judge me in a way. And even though, like, me as a person, I don't give a shit what people think. When it came to that, I did.
Oh, wow.
And for me, in the last 5 years, that's been a big growth of mine. And to just always do every day to try to better myself.
Yeah.
So I've been growing. Not in height, but I've been growing.
Just saying. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah.
Millie.
It's awesome that you accepted it.
Yeah.
And now you're sharing it with the world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a big step. Big step. Mm. All right. Well, what's the question again?
Oh, what's the difference between you now versus 5 years ago?
Okay, the difference between me now and 5 years ago. Between now and 5 years ago. Well, 5 years ago, again, it just comes down to the physical, my physical. I was still in super great shape. And yeah, but some of the, I made it through perimenopause without, I feel successfully I made it through perimenopause without taking any drugs, without taking any hormone crap and all that kind of stuff, and dealt with each little thing. And I just feel, I don't know, that makes me feel like now I feel like I succeeded that one. I won it.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
You did an amazing job. And give me time. And you've been growing. You've been learning a lot. You've been growing as a person a lot in the last 5 years. You truly have. You've always been very like open to growth, but you're on a different level now. I feel like you're not that you weren't mature before, but I just feel like now you're even wiser, even more in tune with yourself. You're always been open-minded, but I feel like, I don't know, on a whole new level. Like I just feel like you've grown all around.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And you know what? Yeah.
You have. You have,
Just
like,
more
spiritually,
aware of
mentally.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just more aware. And
Yeah.
but yeah, 5 years ago I would have never thought that I would be like freaking gardening,
Mm-hmm.
and I love it. So I'm just saying,
Mm-hmm.
little stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, there has a lot has changed in 5 years.
Right. I agree. Shit. Now
I mean, look
think
at
about
you,
it.
Arizona. What the
I
hell?
know, and I rehabilitated myself after a freaking stroke and heart attacks. Not bad.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that happened less than 5 years. That's almost 3 years ago.
Right?
Yeah, and you couldn't even tell that, like, my left side was like weak as hell.
No, you can't. You can't
No,
tell.
not anymore. I got pretty much, like, my balance now is like pretty much the same. It's only like most people wouldn't even notice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't notice.
Yeah,
I don't even think about it, because you just, like, there's no symptoms, like visible symptoms, like visible.
But you know what though? I did it myself.
See,
that's
what
good.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
So yeah.
All right, I'm going to draw a card. You tell me which one. I'm gonna do 3 things.
Okay. Middle,
top, or bottom?
Bottom.
Bottom?
Yes, ma'am.
Judgment.
Woo!
Okay, this one says, what do you judge others for? Do you do the same things that you judge others for?
I try not to judge people, but when like I would say integrity, morals, and values. That's huge to me. So for
And you judge
me, it's
people on?
not that it's judging, it's that's who I like that's how I decide if I let them in my circle or not, if that makes
Oh,
sense. It's based on their, but it doesn't mean that I judge them. I just don't associate with them if they don't line up with me.
oh.
I just let them be, and I'm like, well, you do you, I'm gonna do me. So I try not to judge, so I don't think so. I mean, I don't try to, anyways.
Yeah.
I try to be pretty aware of like how I see people and things like that, and try to just, I look at it in literally like, that's, you want to do you, then do you. But this is not, this doesn't line up with me. I don't want you around me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I sure as heck do my best not to like do things that would like contradict how I believe. I try really freaking hard to be conscious of what I do.
Mm.
I do.
Do you really?
Yeah. Because I always look at it like, if I am contradicting myself, then how can I expect people to be that way? So I try to lead by example, like like to the best of my abilities. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying, I'm always perfectly working on myself. That's what I call perfection. But
yeah.
yeah, I genuinely do like try to lead by example. I wouldn't want to say something to someone if I don't do it, then I just don't say it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say I do my best to not judge people. Doesn't mean I have to line up with them or be okay with their behavior. I just try to look at it as their own individual self.
Yeah. Yeah. I try not to judge people yet, but sometimes I catch myself like if I know somebody and they're doing something and I'm just like, and they know it's not good, but they'll do something anyway. And yeah, there's part of me to be like, well, what the fuck's he doing that for? Because he's gonna end up, this or that. And then sometimes, so I would think that that's judging, because I'm just thinking like, what the fuck, I'm just saying,
Well, yeah, and that's the thing though, and that's where like I've been like for a while,
like
it's
people
been a while, but
like,
I try to, yeah, when I get like that, then I'm like, well, wait a minute, why do you think that way? No, it's just them, right? It's just who they are as a person, and they're gonna do their own thing, and they just might not be as aware. So I look at it as maybe they're just not aware of their actions as much as they should be.
yeah, that's it. Because I really feel like I'm pretty aware. I'm an awareness girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I don't think you necessarily, yeah, it's kind of a form of judgment, but I don't know, because I know you, like how you look, like it's not judgment. Like what I would consider judgment is like you accept people for who they are, but you're very similar. If they don't line up with you, you may be even like, what the fuck are they doing that for? But then you just don't associate. You let them be. You're not like hateful towards it, or like, I don't, yeah, I guess, like, I don't know. I don't feel like you're fully judgmental towards people.
I have to say though, so I might disagree with somebody if they're doing something that's unhealthy or something, whatever, and like I yeah, and then I just try to understand it, and I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
I'll put my 2 cents in, like, something like, well, you might need like, for instance, you might need to hydrate, and maybe you won't, pass out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Mm-hmm.
or, You might want to, yeah, I don't know. Take care of yourself better. Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah. But
I
I
think
try not.
we all do it to a certain extent.
I
But
know, do.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure people judge me.
Oh, I'm sure people judge me like
Yeah.
crazy, but I don't care.
Yeah. I'm
You
just like,
judge me all you want. You still show me love because you're thinking about me. So that's the way I look at it. I'm like, that's cool. You love me. I love you too.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you're giving me your space. You're giving me your time. You're giving me your energy. I don't care if it's in a jealous way. I don't care if it's in an envious way. You completely hate me or whatever. I'm still on your mind. So thank you.
Oh, God. I never even thought of that. But yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, you're giving me more thought than I'm giving you because I could care
Yeah.
less.
Yeah. I have to say, though, yeah. And do you do the same things that you judge others for? That's the thing. Do I do things? I do. That's the weird thing. It's like I can catch myself like, Tina, you didn't, how much water did you drink today? Or you know, that's like an example. And it's like, yeah, you can't talk and you can't judge on that one. Drink your damn water. You know?
Well, and that's the thing, though. As long as we're aware of it, and like I said, like I tried to be aware, like you know what I mean. We're not ever gonna not do that. It's just even to a certain extent. Doesn't matter if it's to a small extent or not. We're gonna do it, but it's a matter of being self-aware and correcting that, right? Like catching ourselves in the moment, like why did I do that? Like why would I think that? Or you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And being aware of it and correcting it because we're all gonna freaking do it at one point or another. I don't care who you are. It could be
Yeah.
on a big scale or small scale.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the way I feel about it. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. All right,
Mm-hmm.
next.
Okay, hold on. You gotta pick a card. I got like way too many. I can't even hold them in my hand.
How about now and the bottom one?
Okay. So do I put this under?
Sure.
Okay. But where is my blind spot?
Where is my blind spot?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
What are you not seeing? Where's your blind spot? Where's
my blind spot?
where do you not see things for
No,
maybe what they are, or
they're not
maybe
really a blind spot in for say because I can see through it, but yet I make it a blind spot, right? On some things. But I do know I do that. And I'm just like, well, we'll just see how this plays out, whatever it is. But I'm not gullible as some may seem that I am. I'm not. It's like I see the whole picture. I'm just doing what I do. I don't know. I just do what I do. And until I'm done. And then I'm off. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that 100%. Not that I
Yeah.
have blind spots. It's just sometimes, how do I say this? Like, it's like, okay, well, let's see how it plays out. Or
Yeah.
like, if it's a person, sometimes I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna just let you go with it. Don't mistake my kindness for weakness, because when it comes down to it, I'll be.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I just try to accept the situation for what it is, and maybe there's a reason for what it is, but I'll sit back and I'll be like, okay, and then I'm just like, but some people be like, oh my God, you're so good. I mean, even like with my ex, It's like I saw all that fucking shit building and coming together. I just sat back and be like, let's see if it goes. Let's see if it plays out. You know, how much do I mean to her? Is she, you know, is she gonna test that water? Is she gonna choose somebody else? I'm not gonna sit there and tell somebody what to do. I'm gonna sit back. They might think I'm fucking blind. I ain't fucking blind. And I'm just gonna be like, okay, let's see how this plays out. Because I ain't telling anybody what to fucking do.
It's
Show me
always
that you
saying,
love me by staying, or show me that you love me by not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then or show me that you don't. That's just how it is.
People should stay, as I always say, people don't belong to anybody. You should stay because you want to.
Yeah.
You should stay because you want to in a friendship, partnership, job, whatever the heck it is, right? You do it because that's what you want to do.
Right.
Not because you have to. You don't have to do shit.
Right.
All you have to do is you. You have to stay true to yourself. That's the one thing that's the one thing you have to do, is be true to yourself. And if you're true to yourself, you're going to, when you meet a friend or a partnership or whatever it is, you're going to have reciprocated love because you both align.
Right.
So yeah, if you have to fight for somebody to stick around, then it's not worth. No.
As much as I can care about somebody and really whatever, I do look for the reciprocation. It's like I want that, and then when I start seeing it not, well, there I am. I'm not blinded. I'll still give the way I give and show my love, because that's just who I am. But trust me, just trust me. I'm just saying.
That's because you stay true to yourself. You don't allow the people to change your character. That's what that is. And that's why it's important. That's what I mean by like staying true to yourself, right? Because then you align the right people. When you're just who you are and you don't allow somebody to change you, that's more powerful, because you're like, okay, I'm gonna do me. You can be excuse my French, but you want to be an asshole? I'm not going to be an asshole. Like, I'm going to just choose to be me. And if we don't align, then I'm going to walk away from it. You do you, and I'm going to do me, type of thing. Right?
Yeah.
That's, and it takes a lot, because a lot of people, I feel like, and it could be with whatever, right? But they fight so damn hard to like, to not let go of something. And it's like, when you stop causing so much resistance, you see if it flows or not. Because if there's that much in resistance to it, and you're trying so hard to like, for example, a partnership, to put a leash on that person, it's not gonna work. They're gonna snap that leash eventually. They're gonna be like, what the heck is going on? With a job, like if you're in a job and it's making you miserable and all of that, and you keep doing it, it's not gonna make you happy all of a sudden. If you're miserable, it's gonna make you even worse.
Exactly.
With friends, if you guys don't get along, you don't have the same things, and it's, you don't have, like, when you're having, let's say, a bad day or something good is going on, it has to be both, and that person is not consistent, then not sure they don't have your best intentions at heart.
No, you can feel it.
Yeah.
You can feel the pull, you can feel the push, you can feel you can feel it.
Yeah.
And it's up to you to, decide how much you're gonna, do that.
Absolutely.
But I'm not. I don't feel like I'm blinded by much. I see it. I'm not as I portray myself to be a lot of times, and that's the truth.
Whatever, you do not pretend yourself to be blind. Like, you're very wise.
Yeah.
No,
I'll be like, I'm not seeing shit. And I'm just like, hey, and everybody's like, oh my God, can't she fucking see what's happening? And it's just like, I can, but it's not I mean, I'm just playing it out. I'm playing it out.
But is
So,
no, that's not, well, okay, you could portray it that way, but that's you playing dumb when you already know the answer.
right. Yes, I guess I play dumb a lot.
I don't mean that in a negative
No,
way.
no,
That's just what,
no.
yeah.
No, but it's true. It's like, I'm not telling anybody what to fucking do. You got to
Exactly.
fucking do it yourself and show it. I'm, my God, I'm not begging for shit. So, next card.
Yes, ma'am. Let's do it.
Okay. And I'll put them 3 down again. I kind of like this little thing that you did.
That row, and
Okay.
it's gonna be pull a card from the middle.
Ooh. Protection, this one's called. And it says,
rejection is protection.
In what ways has your shadow self protected you?
Making me go, and how is it protecting me? It's made me go within. It's also made me, my drive to look at everything that has been blocking me, like the shadow, has actually been protecting me from going on the other side of it, to be honest. So in a way, my shadow self have been protecting me because I wanted to conquer it and embrace it. And I wanted to embrace the light and darkness, so to speak, and balance it out. I'm okay with both. I'm comfortable in going to the deepest of myself and going to, So in a way, it has protected me, I guess, from, well, it's protected me from full, like, staying in the shadow, if that makes sense. Like, my drive to understand myself has stopped me from just operating out of my shadow self. So the fact that I had so much shit to work through protected me in the sense that it kept me busy working on it.
Yeah.
In a sense. But yeah, I would have to say that's one way. That's one way, is protecting me. And I guess the at one point, the shadow side, the fear of becoming my dad drove me to not become him. So that fear that I had from being afraid to have kids because I thought I was going to be just like my dad or my stepmom and things like that. And I didn't want to be like that person. I guess it drove me to, that fear was useful because it built so much that it made me not become that. So yeah.
And that protected you and your kids.
Yeah. That's one way.
Well, for whatever reason, I get a little confused about what the shadow is.
The shadow side is like anything that, like, for example, when we operate out of a low vibration, so any fear, any anxiety, anything that is holding us back from being like, from taking the steps that we want, or speaking our truth, or standing up for ourselves, or the shadow side is like when, let's say, for example, you feel small, you feel unheard, you feel like you need to do what society tells you because you don't feel like you can step out of the norm, so to speak. That's the fear. in you, right? That's to keep you small. That's dimming your light. That's a shadow side keeping you, because you're restricting yourself. You're not restricting, like, nobody. Once you become an adult and you become aware of certain things, at that point, you're only restricting yourself.
Mm.
So the shadow side is that side of you that keeps you, for whatever reason, from being the best version of you. So another thing, it can be like, for example, some people have the fear of, like, it could be even going out, and let's say you're going for a walk and you're always afraid of, like, being, like, being, you get anxious or scared and things like that, right? Your shadow side goes, don't go for a walk. What if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? But it's usually the shadow side gets built by something deeper, either through our adulthood, our childhood. Most of the time is throughout our childhood. There's events that we suppress, but it causes us the fear, the anxiety, the limitations. It could be done by society. So that's
Okay.
but
So
we can use that, we can turn that around and use that as fuel. That's what we need to use, and be like, go against it, challenge it. We can all do it,
mm-hmm.
but we have to start being self-aware in the first place.
Well, I mean,
Does
the
that
only
make
thing I can
sense?
think of is like I don't know why this comes about, but in what ways has your shadow self protected you? It would be that being raised with the domestic violence in the house, my shadow self protected me from not choosing that type of person to be with. Like I'm very like, it's like I have to be kind of the stronger one. It's kind of weird, but it protects myself. When I meet, somebody, or if I like somebody, it's like my shadow self protects me, because if I don't feel like I can come out of something or be strong enough for anything coming my way, whatever it is, I won't go into it. So I'm probably missing out on some things, but I would think that is that kind of what it's saying? Is that
So that you interpret it however you want. There's not right or wrong. You got to interpret it how it feels to
well,
you, right?
if I think about the shadow self, it's something that it's like, for whatever reason, it's dark to me. Like when I think of shadow, I think of dark.
Mm-hmm.
So what dark side of my shadow protects me? Well, yeah, I will not be involved with anybody that can overpower me ever. So it's protecting me. I'm just saying. Is that what it is, or am I
So
getting it
it
all wrong?
protects. No, you're not. You again, it's not a right or wrong. It's how you interpret it, as how it comes to you.
Okay.
So it's protecting you from getting into domestic, like it heightened your intuition, and I can relate to that. It heightened your intuition when it came to people. So therefore, by you having that shadow side and like living with the domestic violence and things like that, it heighten your intuition, so you recognize that a lot sooner.
Yeah,
And then you don't step into it. You can feel it.
yeah, or I'm just literally not attracted to anybody that's stronger than I am. Just
Well,
saying.
that's one way to do it. That's one way to do it.
Yeah,
But
so I guess that's
I mean,
how it's protecting.
I can challenge that though in a different thought process though.
Bring it.
Because what do you mean by stronger than you? Define that for me. Elaborate on that.
Like if I can't, when I say stronger, I mean physically stronger. I can handle the emotional stuff all day long because I've been through a lot of shit emotionally. But strength, physical, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I get you.
Mm-hmm.
But what, for one, okay, so I'm gonna say this. For me, if somebody's stronger than me, I know myself enough that if I was to ever feel in this threatened situation, I will do everything in my power, and I can guarantee you, even my small ass will take down a freaking beast.
Well, I know.
In a heartbeat.
810
Because,
fucking...
and not that, but it's because that mindset, if I got pushed to that brink, there's no way in hell I wouldn't. I don't give a shit about your size or any of that, but it doesn't scare me if somebody's stronger than me. So for like, but I get what you're saying. But the thing is, though, why do you get scared of somebody being stronger than you? You think they're gonna do that? What if you met somebody and they're stronger than you?
I don't even think that I would even attract anybody that would try to overpower me. I don't. It's not my personality, and I attract everybody that I attract seems to be my personality. You know what I'm saying? And I think you're right.
But what if you met somebody who was built though?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I like soft. I don't know. I'm not. I'm just saying. Yeah.
But is that because that's just what you like? I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Everybody has their preference, right? But the thing is, though, is that because it's a fear that they would overpower you if that it's even a potential?
Yeah, yeah, that is, even if it's a potential, like somebody could overpower. But I think you're right. There is a point where I don't care how small I might be, you push a certain button, I'm unstoppable. I know it. I know I have that fire, and I won't accept any kind of physical disrespect with me. Absolutely not. That is my trigger. That is my huge trigger. And I do think, like you said, I don't care how small I am. I know that if that point comes, I'm
a snap. I will literally. No, there's a different side of me that can come out.
Yeah.
And the thing is, though, I want you to think about that for a second, though, because what if, I mean, if that's your type, that's your type. But if you're strictly because it's a power thing, think about that.
You know, because I don't want to be the strong one either. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be always in my masculine. You know what I'm saying? I would like to be softened up and let my feminine come out. You know what I'm saying? But it will have to take somebody very, I don't know. I haven't found it yet.
They would have to make you feel
I see
comfortable.
this other side of shit, and I'm just like, well, nope, that's not the one either. You know?
But there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like if it was the right person, that would actually make you feel comfortable to kind of let go of the power.
Mm-hmm.
I do think so. I think you would be. I think you'd be just
nice.
fine. It just has to be the right person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I do.
Yeah.
Because you never know. You could meet somebody that's, I don't know, way bigger than you, stronger than you, for sure. Although I don't know, you're strong as hell. So to meet someone that would be like, I don't know about that.
5 years ago.
Shoot, no, you are, and you got like, yeah. You're very.
That's something
you're
I
like
really
a little
have to
firecracker.
work on. I'm aware of that. I really am. I have to really touch base with that one a little bit more. That's a good question right there.
Well, it's because you gotta feel strong enough, even if the person was bigger. You know yourself enough that you would get out of it. You know that the craziness, I call it the give a fuck button breaks, and then all of a sudden, oh shit hits the fan. You know you got that in you.
Yeah.
You know you got that in you. So it's a safety thing.
Mhm.
And you got to feel safe within yourself.
I mean, I do feel safe within myself, by myself, for sure.
What? I'm
Not
talking
with
about, and not just.
anybody else. No, not yet. I haven't found that right person to feel completely safe.
Well, there's
Although with
nothing
Robert,
wrong with that.
he was just my friend, but I did feel pretty safe around him. Yeah, yeah. Which is interesting enough, but whatever.
But see, that's the thing, though. And well, I don't know if you, I don't think he was stronger than you, but the point is you felt safe in that one. So again, I think if it's the right person, I truly do believe that. It's not, I think, I believe it, that if it was the right person, you would let go of that.
They just got a soft inside. You know, maybe
Mhm.
the physical part wouldn't intimidate me so much if they have a very soft inner.
Mhm.
Soft inner. Like somebody that can share emotions and cry. You know what I'm saying? I like that. That's a turn on to me. It is. It is. I like it when somebody they're just in touch with their emotions. I love that. That's the most thing that I'm attracted about in somebody. And that is no.
Well, it
Not
has to be a
really
balance. Like
physical, it's nothing. It's just their emotional side.
people have to be in tuned and self-aware when they're a lot more, when they're self-aware and they operate out of with integrity and morals and values, then I look at them in a different light, right? Like I don't, then the person can become a lot more attractive, and they could be, you know what I mean? They may not necessarily, because you take, like, somebody could look very appealing and all of a sudden you get to know them and you're like, all of a sudden you're they don't look as appealing because you're like, oh my gosh, like what? No,
Right.
like they
Yeah.
become, because you start seeing their soul, and when their soul is not
Like
pure,
lined up with their,
mhm,
yeah,
then it's like,
seeing the real thing.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's important, right? Because, well, yeah, I don't know. For me, that's more powerful, and it takes a lot more courage than to just bury that shit inside and act like nothing's wrong. Because let's face it, everybody's got shit going on. Just
Yeah.
be aware of it, handle it like a big girl, big boy. Get your big girl, big boy britches on and do the damn thing.
Do it.
That's the way I look at it.
Right?
You know?
Yeah. That's a good question. I'm gonna keep on thinking about that one for a little bit. What do you got now? Are you gonna do another card or
yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Your turn.
My turn.
Pull from the middle.
Okay. I got two.
Okay.
Which one?
Looks like we're doing two.
Okay. Have I really truly tried everything? No.
No, I know I haven't.
No.
No.
I mean, I could answer that. No. There's a lot more other things I want to try, and I'm going to try.
Right? Yeah, we have a long life. We still have a long life ahead of us. So yeah, no. Yeah, that's an easy question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, next one. Where do I feel I offer the most value? Oh, snap. Me? Growth, self-awareness, challenging the thought process, food for thought. I challenge the shit out of people. I trigger people.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's personal growth. And let's face it. I'm active, I'm bubbly, I'm disciplined.
Very disciplined.
I'm self-motivated. Damn, I'm just tooting my own horn here.
I know. Well, yeah, it's all that. But yeah, I've never met a more disciplined person in my life.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. That's a compliment.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Also stubborn.
And
could be a good thing.
Super independent. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. And you're not afraid to try things and go for things. You're just like, go for it. If it's great, great. If it's not, well, at least I gave it a go. At least I gave it a try. And I respect that from you, because I'm not there. I'm just not there. No.
You're doing it.
I wouldn't say that. No.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. What's your answer?
What was the question again?
Oh, snap. I just shuffled. What do you feel?
That what do I bring for value?
Yes. What do you bring for value?
I'm a really, I think I'm a really, Jen may disagree with this, but I think I'm a really good listener.
Yeah, I would say
I think
are.
I'm a pretty good listener, especially when I'm interested in what I'm hearing. But
yeah, I would say selective for sure.
yeah, it is selective.
Yeah.
I think it is selective. I think when Jen watches this, she's gonna be like, "Oh, hello." Yeah. And what other things do I bring value?
Fun, spontaneous, bubbly. You're inspirational.
I can be challenging as well. I can be somebody's competition.
Oh yeah.
When we're in something, yeah. But yeah.
You're also.
I think I'm very.
You're at heart. You're motivated. You try things. You're not afraid to try things. You are. Stop it. No, you're not. You go for what you want. It's a matter if you want it or not. That's what it boils down to.
Except for when it comes to people. Like if I'm interested in somebody, even though I'm like, well, but I know there's always a reason why. There's always a reason why I couldn't do that. And it always comes, the answer, it always shows up. Why? Like, that's why you didn't do that. That's why you didn't, that's why it just didn't happen. So, but yeah. But for the most part, yeah, if I have my mindset on something and I really have the vision, I can get it going. I can do it. I have to.
So you are, and the thing is, like I said, rejection is protection. We don't necessarily see it at the time, but it is.
I honestly believe that wholeheartedly. Yeah, rejection is definitely protection. Yeah.
And you're also, let's see, as I said, inspirational, funny as hell. You're spontaneous. Yeah, you are. You're very caring and loving, and you just, you got a pure heart. You do.
Oh, well, thank you. My God, girl. Well, there goes my head.
Okay, let us start floating because you deserve it.
Okay. I'm like a balloon. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to share?
Just for people to know, you are the architect of your life. You build a foundation to whatever you want, and you also choose the content to it. So choose wisely. Don't limit yourself. Go after what you want.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone stop you, because what's the worst that can happen? What you try it, you learn something for it, even if you fail. Is it really a failure? Right. No, it's not. But do you?
Yeah.
Because you got one life. Like what? No, don't look back and regret the thing, and be like, oh, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have done, just don't. You are in charge of you.
Yeah. That's a good message for everybody, for sure. I think we forget how
powerful we are.
Right? I really, really do believe we forget that.
Yeah. Well,
And all it takes
I'm here to.
is just a step, one step at a time. Just get the ball rolling, and the momentum will start flowing. It's
Absolutely, because a lot of people get afraid. I feel like it's like you got to take these giant steps, and it's like it's about taking the small steps. You take the small steps, they turn into, you create momentum. You create the momentum, but it's the initial step that is the hardest. And then we all do it. Like, I'll use myself as a guinea pig as an example, like with the freaking videos and things like that. And then it's like, like, can I do it? Can I, like, do I have enough knowledge to do this? Like, what did a thousand different things, even though I know I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I sure as hell have a lot of knowledge behind me. I sure as hell have a lot of experience behind me, and I genuinely want to see people do good. So it's like, even though I know that, I held myself back, right? Even though I know that, I still sometimes with the videos, I'm like, am like, does it even like, is it gonna reach anybody? Like, do people even like want, then I stop myself and I'm like, if it reaches one person, then it
right.
did its job. Because I'm putting myself out there the same way and trying to be an example, like, go conquer what you want.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that 100%. Like when I used to do my Facebook lives, I mean, even like I would do like New Year's Eve parties, and it didn't matter if there was only 2 or 3 people on there. Hanging out with those 2 or 3 people that night, for one, it meant the world to them, but it also meant the world to me. And then if there was, 10 or 12 or 15, it didn't matter if there was just one person on there. I was going to do it,
Yeah.
One less lonely, 2 less lonely people in the world tonight.
Oh, you should sing. Keep singing, Tina. You
Right?
got a beautiful voice. If I was to sing, I would scare the shit out of everyone.
Sing.
It'd be like Halloween.
All right,
No.
that's your next challenge.
No. Oh, hell no. Oh, no. That's not a challenge I'm willing to take.
That's funny.
But
yeah,
the thing is, though, I've actually gotten a lot of messages and things like that. But, like, again, I like that are like, we watch your things all the time, and like, we share it, and I saved it, and you have no idea how much, and then they don't want to necessarily like put themselves out there. And to me, I appreciate that so very much, because I'm so happy that it can actually make somebody, like,
yeah,
it can impact somebody in a positive way. And the thing is, though, with everything that we do, as I said, we limit ourselves. We just have to believe in ourselves. When you believe in yourself, you can accomplish what you want.
yeah,
It's not always going to be easy, but it's so freaking worth it. You get freedom, you get peace, you do.
yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Even when it's chaos around, all of a sudden the chaos is not the same. It's not the same kind of chaos after you go after what you want.
So I think this live, the message is, for the most part, it's
You are the architect of your life.
yeah.
Sorry.
So
I didn't mean to
deal with
interrupt you.
the emotions, deal with the things, clear yourself, meditate, get it all out so you can have a clear vision of how to architect your life.
Well, a strong foundation within.
Yeah.
Right? That's going to be the key. When you're strong,
and you can't have a strong foundation if it's all a bunch of chaos in there. You gotta calm that stuff, man. You don't know how strong that is, that makes you. It's good. It's a good thing.
Right? Yes.
So thank you for the meditation in the beginning of this.
My pleasure.
That
And
was
thank
nice.
you. Thank you for everyone watching and being so supportive.
Yeah.
And also, if you guys want to go, there is a TikTok link to my thing too. If you guys want to check it out, also on YouTube. And
Daily, like messages on a daily, and she's doing good at keeping it up too.
I'm
Saying,
I'm trying. I am trying.
yeah.
And again, thank you everybody. And Tina, again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I couldn't do this without you. You are
You know what?
amazing, and I'm grateful for you.
I feel honored to do it. That you asked me to do it. So, thank you. Thank you. So, yay.
Yes.
All right. So, shall we see everybody here next Thursday?
Next Thursday it is. Until next time, beast the fuck up and make it a great evening. Love you guys.
Yeah. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Peace.
Bye.